Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine Live. I'm Catherine, and it's time for the second sketch from the Creative Memories virtual crop. For this month, May 2023, I'm going to be working with the Vivid Melodies collection. I always put up a poll on my channel on the community tab on YouTube every month, and people vote on which collections they would like to see or how they would like me to approach the crop. And this month it was voted that y'all wanted to see how to make your own fast to fab inspired pages. So that is what I am really focusing on this month, which is why I'm using the Vivid Melodies collection this time. And let's get to it. Let me change over the camera view so you can see my table and what we're going to be working on here. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would. Or if you enjoy watching this sketch, put a thumbs up underneath this video. Here we go. Vivid Melodies. And let me change this real quick. There we go. So we have some light on the subject here. All right. So here is our sketch. And I always hold it up so that way you all can see my measurements that I am going to be using, because I usually don't go with what's on here. They used to not put the measurements on, but now that they are, most of the time I'm not using them anyways. I like to do my own interpretations, and I really like to show you all how to use up scraps as well. So I've pulled out some of the Capri Blue pages as my base. I'm going to use both of the ones that have kind of the light blue, I don't know, pattern on them. This is one of those things. Oops, I did pull out some border stickers because we will be using those. And I'm going to start with the left side of the page. I'm just going to overlap these just a little bit, just to make it easier for you to see what I'm working on. Maybe here, I'll just move this whole other sheet aside for right now. So I've pulled out, I have a scrap of the Dainty Floral one that also was from the Capri Blue pack, and it has the blue dots on the back. Let me fix this also again. Hang on. There we go. The Capri Blue on the back. Is that better or is that worse? Okay, it was a little bit better, brighter. And then what I want to do is, even though on the sketch sample, I'm actually going to put my little dainty flower piece about a ½ inch over from the left side of the page. So I pulled out my zero centering ruler just because it's so handy to have around. I'm going to set it on a ½ inch with the edge of the page. So I know I need to line up this paper with the zero. And you really don't need a lot of tape, just a little bit will do ya, especially with our regular tape runners. So here's the zero here, just getting things lined up. I know, usually I eyeball it, but this time I wanted to make sure to put it where I wanted it to go. So there's that. And now I also have another scrap I found, and this one actually was from the Lime Tart green pack for this collection, and they also had this dainty flower pattern in that one as well. And I think most of them have these little dots on the back of it. There are some consistencies here. And I'm going to line this one up on the right side of our left page here, because I am really trying to keep it simple this month, just to stay true to our theme of fast to fab inspired. This one was 2 3/8. So you know it was a scrap because I don't usually do things in eighths. I also have another piece I found that was 1.5 inches by 12, and this is from the butterscotch pack. So I had all the colors in this collection, and I really just kind of went through and found what I thought looked really pretty together, what would make a nice page, and what would be the fast to fab inspired. I am not actually going to attach this to the page, but I'm going to use it to help me measure because I kind of want between an eighth and a quarter inch from this left side of our piece, and I want to overlap this just a hair. I don't know why I thought it looked a little bit better rather than just being straight up against it. It just looked a little bit better layered over. So that's what I'm doing, but I wanted to make sure I had enough space for a 4x6 picture to fit in here. So when you go to put your pictures, this is going to be your actual mat rather than doing the 4x6 mats on this side of the page. I really just kind of wanted to make this the area for where the pictures are going to actually go. And so you can either do 2 4x6 photos the way it shows in the sketch, one on top of each other, and then you can either do a smaller one or not, or you can even do 3 at like 3.5 by 5.5, or 3 3/4 as well will fit going down the page. But you can also take and you can put a larger photo as well in the top. So if you have maybe a 5x7 and you want to put it up here, that will fit because remember, this was 6.5 to begin with. And we only took a little bit off by adding our 1.5 strip here. So you can put a larger photo on the top and then a smaller one on the bottom. Really, it's however your photos fit on the page. So let me set that aside. This part I fully intend to use for journaling because I just thought, it's a light enough paper that we can write on as well. And we're going to hold on to add the border sticker. I'm going to do the right side of the page next. So I'm just going to kind of scoot this over a little bit and I'll pull it back in once I get this one set up as well. So for this side, I actually do have 3 4x6 mats. I used the green, the dainty floral, and the green one, which is, I believe, the lime tart. And then I had 2 more scraps that were 1.5 by 12, one with the leafy vine and one again with the yellow, the butterscotch pack. And these are the back sides. Come on, camera. There we go. So one has the dots on the back and the other one has kind of the larger floral piece on it. But I just thought these looked really good on this right side of the page here. And I'm trying to remember which way I had them now. Okay, yep, this yellow one's going on the end here. And then this one's coming in next to it. So let me grab my tape runner here and add some tape to both of these. And I do love this collection, just has so many lovely options and the patterns do repeat. So you can blend the colors seamlessly in the patterns and you think it all kind of comes together and really belongs together, which is nice as well. Okay, oops, this one's just going to go straight up next to the one right here against the right side of the page. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and add my border sticker here, climbing through the middle. On the sketch, they actually used a shorter piece and a longer piece along this side. But like I said, again, I really like to show you all how to use scraps as well. And then we are going to add 3 photo mats, but 3 larger photo mats. And I am going to add this border sticker here, and we're going to add one as well to the other side of the page. Now, with this border sticker, there are some little extra pieces that I've gone ahead and I've popped out just to make my life easier with doing these live. Then I didn't have to worry about trying to sort out and figure out how to get the little bits out while I was on camera. But we're just going to run this down through the seam here, and it kind of winds a little bit. So I'm letting the sticker kind of do its own thing a bit. So there's that one. And get rid of that, move this. And now we are going to cover this up a little bit because I'm going to put this one mat here. I have one that's going to go up and down, and hang on. Nope, this one's going this way. This one's going this way. And this is actually going to come in this way because we have an actual embellishment coming in as well. Let me move this over to this page, and I pulled out one of these just because this is, again, it's kind of what I have had left of this collection. I just really wanted to look at what I had. So actually, this one was this way. This is sometimes the thing I have to remember from when I kind of figure out what I want to do from the thing and then I write it down, but then sometimes I don't always have it placed on the page before I come on here. So this is how we are going to do this one. And then I have some of these puffy stickers that also came with this collection when it first came out. There was a bundle, and so it came with some I don't want to say puffy stickers. I can't think of what they actually were called now, but it was a bonus sticker pack. Is what it was. So if you don't have those, you can use your letter stickers or just something else. How did I have this one now? I think actually I'm going to show a little bit more of that. We're going to do this way. And that just goes to show you can kind of set things up how you want them and how they look as you're putting your page together, and what works also for your photo orientation. So if you have more photos that are this way, or if you're taking photos on your phone and you forget to turn your camera, then you'll probably have more going this way, horizontally, vertically. And so you'll just have to see how your placement will work when you get to that point. I'm going to pull in my parchment board a minute so I can use the repositionable tape with this. You can also use your precision point adhesive if you don't like the way the repositionable tape looks. But for me, it's quick, it's easy. I just have a board. I use electrical tape to hold down my parchment paper. So then that way you don't have anything catching along the top surface of your page. There's our embellishment. Here comes our sticker. Oops. And these are self-sticking. But I mean, they do. They're kind of like they have a little bit of a heavier heft to them, but they're also a little bit transparent. So normally, whereas I would use foam squares on this, I'm actually not going to this time because I think the foam square would actually show through. And we don't want that. So I'm just kind of putting it so it's a little bit on top of our wreath here. And I'll hold the side of the page up for you. And then let's get our other border sticker on this side. Okay, let's put these together so you can see them both. And then I am going to put this, there we go. Goodness gracious, I don't know why. Sometimes the hardest part is making sure things are even. So I think I was going to put this over here because I really don't want the sticker interfering with where we're going to put our photos. And I don't think anybody has time to try to figure out how to cut down and put foam squares underneath this. But I did like the idea of repeating the vine going up the page, and it is definitely kind of a wavier sticker. It almost looks like I'm putting them on crooked, but I'm not, I promise. That's just the way the sticker is coming off and going onto the page. So here is the left side of our page. And then again, keeping it simple, we're creating our own Fast to Fab base to use for our photos coming up. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And, maybe next time we'll get a few extra comments, but I will be back soon with the next sketch here. And you'll have to join me to find out what I'm going to be using for that one. Until next time.